minutes. Samoan designer Afa Ah Loo fatally shot at Utah protest at 38. His final words were a message to the world. June 16, 2025, Salt Lake City, Utah. Today, the global creative community is mourning the tragic loss of Afa Ah Loo, the visionary Samoan fashion designer who used his art to amplify indigenous voices, celebrate Polynesian heritage, and demand justice through beauty. He was 38 years old. Afa was attending the No Kings protest, a demonstration aimed at dismantling systemic inequality, when he was fatally shot during a sudden act of violence that turned a peaceful march into chaos. Witnesses say he was near the front line, holding a protest banner, when the gunfire rang out. Before slipping unconscious, he looked toward the crowd and said, "Don't let the light dim, create louder." They were the last words of a man who spent his life lighting up runways and hearts with culture and courage. From Samoa to style icon, Afa wasn't born into the fashion world. He built his place in it, piece by piece. Raised in a small village in Samoa, he didn't study fashion formally. Instead, he learned by observation, by instinct, and by honoring the patterns of his ancestors. He launched his first collection in 2012, blending traditional Polynesian motifs with modern tailoring, a combination that quickly earned him international recognition. His designs weren't just beautiful. They told stories of colonialism, resistance, celebration, and identity. He once said in an interview, "My fabric remembers everything my people endured. I don't just dress bodies, I dress legacies." A voice for the marginalized. But Afa's true magic went far beyond the runway. He mentored young LGBTQ+ artists. He hosted community fashion shows in schools and churches. He spoke on panels about colorism, masculinity, and cultural erasure. He made fashion accessible, not exclusive. And he believed that self-expression, especially for those silenced, was a radical act of survival. He didn't want followers, said his friend and photographer Tuila Mamea. He wanted people to rise with him. An outpouring of love and outrage. As word of his passing spread, tributes poured in. Rihanna posted, "He made clothes that felt like home. This is heartbreaking." CFDA called him a force who fused style with storytelling. Artists worldwide began sketching tribute garments labeled "For Afa," flooding social feeds with art in his honor. At the protest site, hundreds returned with candles, leis, and bolts of fabric, the very symbols Afa loved most, to hold a vigil under the stars. A legacy that can't be silenced. Afa Ah Loo is survived by his parents, siblings, and a generation of Pacific creators he helped shape. His family has announced the launch of the Afa Ah Loo Foundation, dedicated to empowering youth in the arts, particularly BIPOC and LGBTQ+ artists. Though his life was taken violently, his message lives on, stitched into the world he helped reshape. Don't let the light dim, create louder. And now, the world will.